Hey there, tankers. Seattle Forge here, and I have what I think is a good game. You're like, how can that be a good game? You're playing an artillery. Um, well, you know, subjective what good is, right? But I thought it was good because well, I'm going for a mission, and I'm on the 260 missions, and I'm on the one where you have to do 2,700 stun or tracking with your artillery. 2,700. So that leaves out low tiers for the most part. And so I'm playing my T92, the Tier 10 American SPG, which I know isn't as good as the M53, but I just have better results in it. And I've loaded it full of filthy, take that, Stritzfong, you stealthy cunt. I've loaded it full of filthy gold rounds. All 16 rounds are gold. Okay? Get your disgust filters working, you know, the rest of the game, and it looks like we're going to be a bit outclassed. And there's already been an argument in chat about, you know, our T2. I can speak English. I took today off. I slept in. I'm feeling pretty good. And then I went and got my flu and shingles injections, and now I'm not feeling so good. So you get what you get. So the 277 says filthy artillery, and I get it. You know, he's got to go up in this area, and they've got 3 artillery, and yeah, they've got 2 T92s and an M53. Basically, your worst nightmare in Tier 10 and 9 matchmaking. But we have them too. And I'm doing my best to try to stunulate, but you know, what's really tricky is you really only get a chance to catch these guys when they pull back from their shots. And there, I got 885 stun. That's encouraging, right? You know, like where that AE phase 1 is, he's on the top of a slope, so you have to get a direct hit in order to really do anything, and that's harder than you might think. So all these T10 on the slope there, you've got to get a direct hit, otherwise the shell just sails past him. It's very hard to hit the ground and get a splash. So, very brave, stupid standard B. That's cool. Bye. Alright. So you really can only get these guys pulling back, so that's not going to help me with my whole stun mission here. But we take out an IS-7, so I've got half of the kills on the board now belong to me. All right, this T92, I believe, has the biggest gun in the game. I believe it's. Is there any info here? Stritzfunk's going to get away. Let's see here. Doesn't say. Doesn't say what the capacity is, but I believe it's the biggest gun. Next one being the guns on the British TDs, I think. In any case, so I've got this T92 loaded up with gold, and I'm getting ready to take out this T30, but, you know, things don't always go according to plan, and our T30 puts away, but I let the shell go, and even when I did it, I was like, why'd you do that, you muppet? Alright, I'm up to 1,573 damage. It is 3-2 for the good guys. It's 3-2 for the good guys. And roundabout now, I believe our 277 disconnects from the game. I don't know whether he was disgusted with getting stunned by artillery or what, but he is out. He's out. Oh, this 268 is going to do a runner. He's going to do a runner. Damn it. Alright. Give up on him. Move elsewhere. Now, our boys over on the right-hand side are having a tricky time dealing with their mediums and possibly the artillery. But I just feel like I'm going to get more stationary targets over here, and hopefully people that, you know, can get stunned after. And but, you know, the problem with stun is it really only happens, you know, if the tank isn't dead. And I'm just too lethal. I think that's part of the problem. So I'm still stuck on that 885 that I picked up on the IS-7, I believe. But I'm up to 1,940 and 2 kills. All right. T49, I'm going to catch him on a slope, you know, full chat, running around. So I'm going to see if I can help out our mates over here in the mediums, and it looks like they need it. You know, that Object 430U has got quite a lot of his health. The Leopard PTA, you know, still a lot of his health. And our boys are running around, but this Leopard is being weird. You know, he's just sitting there in the open, kind of waiting things out for some reason. So we just destroy him. I think that's my only penetration of the game. We're up to 3 kills now and just under 3k damage. But we're losing. We're down on hit points and we're down on tanks. It is 5-6. And they have 4 heavy tanks. So it really looks like they're winning up north. Not good. Not good for the good guys. And this T10 is the only guy. I guess I could look at the STI and the E5. Who looks tasty? I'm still loading up. Still loading up my shell. Who's going to sit still long enough for my shell trajectory to work here? The thing about the, if you don't know, the gold rounds, oh, I miss, but I miss and I do 345. And then I did get a little bit of stun damage there, up to 1270. So the thing about these gold rounds, it doesn't penetrate any better, doesn't do any more damage, but oh no, we lose our T30. No. But the splash radius is, I believe, a meter greater. So you're paying, 4 times, 10 times the price, whatever it is, for your shells to have an extra meter. But that makes a heck of a lot of difference when you're trying to get stuns, and you can stun multiple opponents. And the only way you can really get those big stun totals is if you get, a bunch of tanks stuck in a corridor and you can splash a bunch of them all at once. That's the only way to really get that. And I haven't had that opportunity here. They haven't been clustered. They've been spread out across these different little hills here. So it's been one at a time. And I noticed the T-49's behind us. I know it's a little late, but hopefully I can get behind this shed and I won't be spotted and then counter-artied. I've probably been spotted. I don't know. I don't put 6 cents on my artillery. But they take out the M53, took out the T-49, and he's on the move. They're expecting counter-artillery, but it looks as though the enemy artillery is very fixated on a particular part of the map and didn't even notice that their colleague. Now this should finish that off. There we go. And we're up to 4 kills now. 3,746 damage. Now they found our DC'd T-77, and this AE phase 1 has to be like, ha, easy pickings, but no. GW E100 takes him out. So we've got an AFK DC'd 277, and our 430U, or sorry, our Object 430 is not a 430U, it's a tier 9, is going to go on a run, and I don't want to be down here with just a bunch of blind artillery. I would much rather be up where the vision is, so I'm going to take my trundling bus of a vehicle and go north. So I need 2,700 stun, and I've got 1,586. Yikes. And we're facing off against 3 artillery, so it's 3 artillery against 3 artillery. And we've got a medium, and they've got a Stritzfang. So they have got the stealth advantage, for sure. And more than likely, depending on where the Stritzfang sets up, he's going to have his binos deployed, and if he's in stealth mode, he's not going to be spotted, and he's going to have incredible view range. I don't feel good about this. 430 is a formidable tier 9 tank, but he only has a few hit points, and it's not that stealthy, and the view range on those Soviet mediums is not amazing. I just want to remind the Object 277 that he could set Arty could suck it. I want to make that clear. That our 277 said Arty can suck it. And normally I'd be in line with that, but in this particular case, I'm the artillery. So this artillery hate currently doesn't wash with me. Alright, so the 430 is getting well ahead of any hope I could have of keeping up with him. The 277, couldn't have picked a worse spot to be, AFK right now, because he can't get us any spots. He's in a divot. So unless they get right on top of him, he's not gonna, he's not gonna spot anything for us accidentally. But it also probably saved his life, being there. Hard to get at. They don't know where he is. Blah blah blah. I don't think their artillery, for his being, the good players that they are, they really weren't paying attention to map positions, etc. Because, I think it was the AE phase 1 that went, yeah, there he is, went right up behind him, and watched him be AFK, and they're not aware of that because they definitely could have taken him out afterwards, even though he's unspotted. Nice one. And with my splash, that should be good enough. Yeah, missed, but I can take 29 damage away from him. Cool. All right, we're up in numbers. We're up in numbers, but our 430 died in getting those spots for us. So it's really going to be up to us, unless somehow miraculously the 277 comes back in the game, Our M53 is thinking the same thing, and he started to scooch up a little bit, but I know he's afraid to move any further up because then he could be spotted by the Stritzfang based on the last location. And I'm not sure when it happened, if it already happened. The 430 did kind of give us an indication of where the Stritzfang was at last he saw. And he actually thought he was heading in this direction, so well, I'm just going to have to brave it, and hopefully, you know, the boys are paying attention to where I'm at, and we'll have guns aimed this direction. The M53 obviously will not, because he is trundling along, moving east along the southern border. Oh, there's the 430, telling us he was heading down the hill going east. Okay. That was a while ago, and it is not a slow machine, the Stritzfang, so he really, really could be anywhere. And that thing's even pretty stealthy when it's moving along at full chat, you know, and artillery doesn't exactly have great vision, so this really, really, really could be bad. Could be bad. So I have to be really slick. If the M53 spots something, I have to be Johnny on the spot, and if I spot something, I've got to, you know, hopefully, you know, I've got the blast radius that I can do something to him, and hopefully my teammates will splash him. GWE 100 doesn't move for anybody. That's what I've learned about this. He picks a spot, and that's the best spot, and he doesn't care about shell velocity and, you know, how quickly the shell will get there, you know, to move after a moving target when, you know, the map is this wide open. Doesn't matter. He's just staying where he is. But the M53 is, you know, getting pretty close. Oh, there he is, and I kind of, there we go. And the M53 is taking a pop at him and did get a stun, and I'm going to let it go, and bingo. That was lucky. That was not a very well aimed shot, but I'm guessing I wasn't spotted. So our M53 was actually taken down by their M53. So although you know, he's got to be reloading, I think his reload is shorter than mine. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to take a minute, and I'm going to make sure I have a shell in the chamber. Just going to take a minute, but I do have 6 kills. That's a Top Gun. That's a Top Gun, whether you're playing Arty or not. Okay. So I'm at 4,261 damage. I'm happy about that. But the stun is going to fall short. 1,586. Stun damage is nowhere near 2,700 in the M53. There he is. There he is. What mode do I go in? Well, he's not moving, so I think I'm just going to take my time and auto him. And let's wait for him to turn around. He's going to come straight toward me, and that presents a non-moving, you know, non-lateral target, and we finish it up. And that's 7 kills. Let's take a look at those post-game stats. Page 1. Well, what do you know? It's an ace tanker, and I got a Reaper. I always like those. And I got a Gore's medal because I got 8 times the damage in my vehicle. Very nice. And I got a Top Gun at 7 bonds. And don't look at the 72,903 credits that I made because I did not. But it does end up with all the bonuses and everything being a 17,000 experience game. I actually have a trash crew in this thing because I left my crew in the M53 and I didn't grind multiple American artillery crews. And so this crew is trash. It's trash. 4,711 damage. No scroll bar in the results, but pretty close. And no surprise, top on experience, top on damage. I guess it should be kind of a surprise. You know, it's not like those guys were doing nothing, but the next up is the FE215B. I'm seeing a lot of those lately. What's going on with that? I mean, it's an interesting tank, but not a terribly good one. Anyway, he had 3,890. Couldn't have done without the Object 430, and I had messaged each other a bit after the match. I really appreciated what he did. He came at 2,073, but really, we would not have won that without his going forward and getting those spots and giving us the opportunity to take down a couple of tanks before he was taken out. So happy with that result. I think my percentage of direct hits is actually pretty high for this game. I think I was being smart with my shots. So 12 shots fired, 7 direct hits. That's unusual. Only 1 penetration, and that was on the Leopard. A couple of them I thought should have been pens, but they weren't. And I lost. Well, I only lost, 23,000 gold or credits, but I did. My ammunition was 96,000, which is stonking ridiculous. Anyway, I got my stun was 1,586. So totally fell short of the 2,700 assistance stun damage required for the mission. And the other thing, I didn't even damage 8 vehicles. I only damaged 7. I killed 7, but I only damaged 7. I only did stun to the 8E phase 1. So I fell short on both counts. Gonna have to keep playing. So if you're out there and you see me, give me a wave and give me all of your hit points. Have a great day.